collecting physical media before the apocalypse? Are you collecting physical media before the apocalypse? Before these 15-minute cities come? Yo, to anybody who's trying to collect retro, I would advise you to buy as many. I'm actually going to invest into that too. Get yourself DVD players. Get yourself all the game systems you can get for 20 to 10 bucks is possible now. The game systems of the future are gonna be locking people out. And you know what? To be honest, it's already started. On the video game world, you can be banned for inappropriate behavior. That is a social system. The 15-minute city, or whatever, it was one part I noticed when I saw the Jordan Peterson video talk about the 15-minute city. It's already happening now. There was people, you don't even have to be doing anything wrong, and there's people who was manipulating the applications to project it like you're doing something wrong, and you'll get banned from the app. There's going to come a time where you really cannot touch the app or social media. People who got caught for being hackers were banned from touching the internet, I think, for the rest of their lives, if not for many years. This has already happened physically in court. So I would advise to start buying all the old systems that can't be locked out like that. I would highly advise it's time to start getting your hands on those game systems before before that day comes. Before them, I'm not buying those systems. For one answer, any systems that perform like that in my later future, I will not be buying. But it made, when I saw this video and I was thinking for a second, it made me think about what I would invest into. I would buy more of the objects, computers, and this is the time to invest into computers, the old computers, any objects that cannot be override, that you can most likely update to be processing just as well as any modern day computer. It's best to start acquiring those objects now. Televisions. Every object that cannot be overwritten, that you have as much power and access over that object, that is going to be the expensive objects of the future. That's my outlook. So, physical media is going to go through the roof as soon as this happens. And the powers that be will try as hard as possible to bring over people to the digital way. Physical media is going to go through the roof, y'all, when this really goes down. People were all happy and hoping that there's a new Paper Mario coming out for the Nintendo Switch. So, that's going to make the original print go down in value? Yeah. I'm not selling mine. I'm not selling my stuff for like how Pete Dorr said the other day. Decades. I'm not even playing it. The only games I see I'm playing over this next decade right now, I'll keep it a buck with you, is my PS1 stuff that I've acquired. I definitely see myself playing with that. Some PS4 stuff. If some bangers come out for the PS5, I will buy those. If some Atlas bangers come out for the PS5, I'm buying it. Vanillaware is coming out with a new tactical RPG, like Fire Emblem / Advance Wars. I'm buying that. But the new Vanillaware game, fire. I'm buying that. I didn't even need to play it. I saw the mechanics of it. I already understand how the game go. Fire. I'm buying that new Vanillaware coming out. But are you collecting and preparing for the apocalypse? Or are you gonna be the average consumer paying like $200 a year, $300 a year to keep up with the Joneses. I'm not. Maybe once in a blue moon, I may acquire to do that. I might wind up getting sponsored later down the line. I'm not even paying for that. But what I don't like to your average person on the internet who's sponsored, I don't like how a lot of these people are starting to advertise applications and this, that, and whatnot upon their apps. You can speak about it. You can speak your truth as well about it. But certain people, which I'm not gonna say their names, they're sounding a little brainwashing lately with how they're advertising the certain people who they're sponsored by. They're little brainwashers for my palate. Shoot. Are you collecting? Yo, collect DVDs. Collect VHSs. Collect DVDs. If you could get the quarter to $1, you will have like 20, maybe 20 to $100 bill in this coming future. If you could keep collecting DVDs right now, just DVD movies, you will likely have a $20 bill up in your hand per object. And you should not stop until you get into high numbers. You should not stop until you get into your high numbers, depending on what is your kind of a hustle. But in this coming future, when if this was to really go out of control, you ain't gonna see videos of me. Oh, I'm hunting on the apps and still looking for this stuff. This is the era of Pocket where I'm doing it and then I'm done. I'm out. And all of it is since day one of me collecting this stuff is originally I was building up a shelf and whatnot in my closet. I done that and I boxed everything up. I boxed all of it up, put it away. I need some tape right now to box up all these Pocky Rockies I got in this box right here. This is a whole box of just Pocky Rocky Restrons alone, and I'm gonna continue to buy more. I'm gonna continue to buy more for this apocalypse, bro. You crazy? Mad people are already making thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for beyond 40 years selling cartridges and video games, and it's gonna continue to rise. It's gonna take especially when this comes to this end. Yo, that's gonna be the big shebang of all bangs right now. You know, please, Shadow of the Ninja, please come out physical. Please, to the Lord, Natsumi Shadow of the Ninja remake come out physical. I will be so upset if this next game does not come out physical. I want easily 10 copies of that game. Easily. That's one of my favorite games for the Nintendo. And the Switch new version coming out looks so magnificent. Looks so good. So good. So, yo. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, y'all. For like the people who properly collected through these years, the people who got like 3,000, 6,000, 10,000 video games type people, crazy. The people right now who are collectors who got PS3 era good RPG games, who are selling and getting rid of those games for the PS4 versions, you are bugging out. You are bugging out. You should keep both copies, and you are bugging out for letting go of those original copies. That was really, I think that's really bad moves. I wouldn't. How I collect right now, I'm not selling nothing. I got doubles, triples, quadruple, quintuplets of copies of games. I'm not selling nothing at the moment. I only sold 5 or 6 games over these 3 years. A couple of them regular junk titles. One of them was the Fatal Frame when I got 2 copies from PlayAsia or whatever. I sold one of the copies and I still got one. And I kind of feel like I should have kept that. I am not playing with my future investments and the physical future we're coming into. I am not playing with physical media. I'm not playing with physical media. Physical era. Are you collecting for the apocalypse? Are you? This is not common regular people, y'all. This be like who be doing this. I don't know. Not one of the. If you look up any video game collector, how many of them show me they got a video where they showing you a stack of Pocky Rockies like that? There's none. There's none. There's none. Even since the ones collecting Super Nintendo era, I don't care what era it is, there is none that will start now. Oh, word! I got like what? Three for the Super Nintendo in this hand, three for the Super Nintendo in this. No, they don't. No, they don't. So this is how I'm moving for the physical era. This is how I'm moving. I need more copies. How many copies I need? I need more copies. How many copies? Damn, don't you think I got enough? I need more copies. I need more copies, Joe. Physical media. Are you preparing for the apocalypse? Gotta take two out this hand so I can grip it. Are you preparing for the apocalypse, bro? Are you prepared for the apocalypse? Physical, digital media. Are you prepared, bro? Do you got your stacks of Pocky Rockies right now? Your Wild Guns? Your horror games? Your Resident Evils? Your Dead Spaces? Your Ratchet? Or any game you can think of. Do you have your stacks of copies? Because the population is growing and growing. More and more people are going to keep being born and want one of those copies of that video game. There's going to be a pocket of people who can afford physical copies for physical movie media, physical game media. And are you preparing? Are you prepared right now? Do you know what you should be acquiring? Or are you just acquiring stacks of junk? Metal Gear Solid PS1 $40 game. What do you think is going to happen to part 2 and part 3? Eventually part 4 and part 5 as well. But the trilogy of what they consider the best ones, 1 through 3, what do you think is going to happen to part 2 and part 3? You should be grabbing your copies of part 2 right now. Grabbing your copies of part 3 right now. And them games are dramatically cheap. The Devil May Cry is cheap. Metal Gear Solid for the PS2 cheap. It's mad games for PS1, PS2 still cheap right now, and that's about to take a turn in the next couple of years. That is definitely the road that the prices of them objects has been on is definitely going to be churning in these next couple of years, y'all. PS1 is going to turn to be around maybe like, I'm going to assume like Super Nintendo prices for complete in box. And then the PS2 era, $40, $50, $60 games and better. For games that was like $6, $2 for like the past 20 years. It's gonna start happening. And then it's gonna get broken into categories for what people are gonna want to acquire. The whole era of everybody who loved Game Boy Advance, fantastic system. Game Boy Advance. If you wanted to collect the best of Super Nintendo and the best of Nintendo, for Nintendo, Game Boy Color, and for the Super Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, fantastic. So, are you prepared? You know, do you already got your couple thousand? Are you just trying to start and acquire? You know, the best way I would tell for anybody who's just starting, I would say to you to, like, you want to collect horror, go look at on eBay and certain websites what is the most expensive horror VHSs. And then that's what you acquire in DVD. Anything that's expensive VHS, acquire the DVDs. It goes the same thing for video games. whatever was expensive on the Nintendo or the NES or whatever old system, and if they came out with a second version of it, you need to acquire that. Which, through these past 20 years, they actually printed out certain expensive games. That's interesting. A question, maybe a random question with the My Hero Academia. To be honest with you, I bounced around with that cartoon. I didn't really dig too deep into it. I think one of my associates was into that cartoon on some weird nonsense. Not to say nonsense, but a weird random thing. Because I watch heavy with anime and manga. One of my friends was heavy into My Hero, and what's the other show? Bleach. I was into shit. I mean, I was into a lot of cartoons, to be honest. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. Um, Yo, start collecting those DVDs. Start collecting those anime DVDs. Any animes that might have some controversial so to buy Nintendo. I did a video about that. I'll talk about that just now in a second, but I want to first talk about the anime thing. Any anime cartoons that has any sexual or form of controversial context upon it in the future, and I'm giving you this example based off video game collecting. So certain games from legendary Asian companies could have some controversial content that when it comes to America, for some whack reason, the American version, they'll edit it out. If you like anime, collect that stuff now. Collect that stuff now. Those would be because Trigun, one of my jams. They should have made a Trigun game. I like One Piece. I like Big O. I like Fist of the North Star original. I like Berserk. I like it's a lot. It's more. I like more mangas than the cartoons because the mangas actually tell a better story. It's just one story. I don't know if they continue season 2 or 3 of called Finding Neverland, I think, or something like that. And it's supposed to be like a little Nemo story about little kids trying to escape from like this sick ass foster home. It's a dope ass anime. But they only did like one season. But Nintendo ain't gonna do that. Nintendo is a weird company that I would tell you the last real purchases they ever made was HAL Company, the people who make Smash Bros, and then the people who produce Pokemon. That was their real last purchase of a company. And I think Nintendo needed to join up with Sega, to be honest. And that is the one thing that they need to do. And what I would say as an opinion now towards the Microsoft thing, I said this earlier. Microsoft Xbox Live Marketplace was a fantastic app since it first came out. But they never produced physical games. And that is my one issue with that system. That a lot of the great games that came out on the marketplace for digital download, they should have eventually put out a physical copy of those games. Those games maybe in modern day would be very expensive and create a little bit of a buzz and a value to that company and system. They never did it. They're the main forefront of digital marketing, and I don't kind of support that. I collect physical, because in the future, you could just be paying for that game over and over and over, and that's whack. That's not the world I come from. I come from a world of physical objects, and the future they're trying to shove down your throat was a part of my life. The part that they're trying to shove down the future people's throats is basically I would call Blockbuster Video or a video rental place. They want you to rent for the rest of your days, and that's kind of whack. We should get both. You should get to rent it or digital download, but you should also get physical if they would like to put it out. So basically, I'm talking to the viewers that it's time to start collecting physical media. I got stacks and stacks of the same game. Collect physical media. Once when we go full digital, this kind of objects is gonna go through the roof. So that's the future. Collect DVDs. Collect physical video games. Collect DVDs. Try to get them as cheap as possible. Try to obtain more than 1,000 and better pieces. I hope the Switch 2 can most likely have physical cartridges, because if that next Nintendo that comes out is fully digital, it's a wrap. If the next system for Nintendo that comes out is fully digital, it's a wrap. That's it. That's the beginning of renting. Will I maybe get a system? Possibly. Will I stop buying physical at the moment? No. I consider it a great investment. It's I call it like a poor man's portfolio, and that poor man's portfolio could turn very expensive. Yeah, like when it comes to Nintendo, to be honest, I would say the Switch didn't do that well with 3D games, and I didn't really collect too many 3D games from them in general. I collect more of their old school games that they were letting be published upon their system. A lot of the games that's going to become expensive on the Nintendo Switch are like $36 and cheaper games. It ain't going to be the AAA titles that's like $60. It's the little 2D games that they putting out, and a lot of them games are going to be expensive gems later down the line. This is one of them. This is easily one of them. This is a $20 to $35 game. This is gonna be a $500. This is gonna be a $500 to $1,000 game right here. They have three other. They have a part 1, a part 2, and a Game Boy Advance version, and all three of them is like in the $1,000 range. All three of them, and this is the fourth one. All three of them is over $500 to $1,000 a copy. So this is the most likely. I hope, not to say God forbid, I hope they could come out with a part 2. I hope that the company that's making this game right here could come out with another 3 games. I'll be satisfied with that. But if this was even it, still, I'm happy I got the stacks that I got right now. I'm so grateful for what I have in my hands right now that I won't stop doing it. I will not stop buying as many Pocky Rockies as I can obtain as possible. Why not? What is you investing into? This is an object that the prices I paid, I'm not gonna ever lose money in it. I'm not ever gonna lose money. The money ain't gonna go down. It's only gonna go up. So why not invest in video games? Why not invest in physical media? Why not get stacks and stacks and stacks of things that have true value behind it? There's a horror movie from this company called Troma that every print, the cheapest one is like $50. Every print that came out of it is in the hundreds. Maybe the cheapest one might be $50. There's movies every time it comes out. It's a guaranteed $30 and better. Just find it for the low. I'm basically talking about the power of flipping a dollar. This is how the country flips a dollar. For the hat that you wear, the car that you drive, the food that you consume, they buy the objects at the lowest of a dollar. And if you do not get to develop that understanding, then you're lost. School doesn't teach you this. Business and courses in college, none of them talk. That's it. Your dollar could turn into $100 bill. I'm turning 36. I paid really 20 and lower for this, but this is averagely, when originally $35. I'm turning this into a $500 bill to a $1,000 bill. I'm showing you a game. $500 to $1,000 once it becomes out of print. Easy, and it's something they got tons of copies right now still online to buy. Wild Guns Reloaded is a $20 game right now you could buy for the Nintendo Switch, and I think the PS4, that's another $500 game that's going to be in the coming future. buy copies. I got like 17 of those copies put away somewhere for the Switch, and maybe like 8 or 10 of them for the PS4. GameStop is sold out for the PS4 one, and it went from $20 to $25 right now if you want to buy a copy from their page. So anytime GameStop goes from the low price and it starts going up, that means that the copies is becoming low at their from ordering them. That's how I look at it. So, yo, this era is a funny era where news just keep. Look at all the Macintoshes, all the MacBook computers. For more than maybe 5 to 7 years, it's been fully digital. It's no more CD slot unless you plug in a USB and have a CD drive to transfer and process information on the computer. There's no CD drive for the MacBooks for beyond 5 years right now. That's your warnings. Forget even the game systems and DVDs coming out right now. The new computers don't have CD drives no more for more than, I think, 5 years. That's your warning to what is coming in the store. So that to me is one of the cheapest investments a common person can make right now in modern day. A regular person who's working at McDonald's, wherever the hell you're working at, buy DVDs, buy video games, put them away. Box it all up so you don't have to look at the object. Put them away. But make sure you're getting the right objects. Don't just buy any object. Do not buy just any object. Learn about good objects to buy. That's how I would definitely say. Learn about the good objects to obtain. Yeah. Physical media apocalypse is coming. It's coming. And most people are going to be renting for the rest of their days. With the Switch Ultimate will launch at who knows? Nah. The most you'll ever pay for that is with a phone and a computer. I'm gonna tell you. Okay. Let me squash that. Future game systems can't cost $1,000. Let me squash that. If a cell phone is costing around that price, yes, eventually a game system can cost around, yeah. Like the Nintendo Goober Boober in the year 2040, yeah. Because one thing about the prices of game systems, they haven't really ever raised the prices for 40 years. So for them to reach like that price, like $3,000, it's nothing wrong with that, to be honest, in a way. It's been a long time that games been $60, $70. Like almost 30, 40 years, games was in the $60, $70 range. And when Neo Geo came out, that was like hundreds of dollars for a cartridge and up. $500. That was $1,000. Actually, the Neo Geo, if I'm right, was a couple hundred, close to $1,000 original system back in the days. That was the original one. So collect retro games, collect PS1, collect PS2, collect PS3, collect cartridges if you can. Nintendo, SNES, Game Boy Advance, PS Vita if you can find it, DS, 3DS. Collect cartridges now. Fucking the newer systems in the future. I don't know if you ever experienced this, but you might have heard of this story about like people could get you locked out of your system. They could false report you, and get you locked out of your system. That is the beginning introduction to the social system. That is basically the social system, right there in a whole nutshell, and it's being performed already on the video games. But we are kind of overlooking it. That the game systems of the future are going to be able to lock you out from playing it. And the game system, all these old school game systems, it's best to keep those in possession right now and stack up as many as possible. Those are going to go up in price. All the old school game systems and the video games that go with it are going to go up in price because they can't lock you out of that. That's why they want you to always stay getting rid of your older objects. The old laptops, I'm having an assumption with that too. Old computers and laptops are gonna regain value because you can't lock people out of the object. They're gonna apply that to computers and game systems and phones and all sorts of stuff. Formats that if your social score ain't in a proper path, They could yeah. The government is working on becoming your parent in the future. They're gonna be punishing you. You're gonna have 1 week. Doesn't Instagram already do that and other apps? When you do something out of character and if they report you, they can ban you for a month or longer from using the social app, from going live or doing some form of engagement. So the video game systems is already doing it. And TikTok and these social apps is already doing it. Yo, I saw what you said about the 7th grade. And then you tracked it. Like, dude, I'm only a kid. I don't know about what you're talking about yet. It's all good. Maybe this is good information to say to you. They want you to be working a job and just paying for things for the rest of your days. And you don't retain no value. That's what they're trying to plan for your future. If you're around that age, yo, I hope your parents is getting on the ball game. So you don't have to be a victim like that. They want you renting stuff for the rest of your days. And I'm telling you, I came from that world. It's whack. Yo! Yo! Like, dude, I just got born like 3 years ago. What the hell? You having a whole conversation with me? Yo, peace make out. Yo, 25, peace. Yo, yeah. So, even for you, for the 25 or the 7th grade, like to both of y'all, the government trying to become your parent, and if you curse at me or you do something wrong, you're gonna get punished for not being able to use your app or play your games. That shit sound retarded. It sounds. Yo, I'm giving myself a headache thinking about that. You're not old, bro. Like what I'm saying is like the government having the power to punish you. That's for like when you're 10. And if you're bugging out. So I'm trying to help you as a younger person develop rationality. That is well, in reality, that's what the government maybe the government needs to do that for people. Maybe the government needs to do this on phones and also maybe I think it makes sense. People are performing in ways of a word called unruly. And how they're going to make you become a civil person is that you can't have the certain privileges that you take advantage of every day. And if you want those privileges, you need to be a civil human being. It's really simplifiable. What concert? What concert, bro? That sucks, man. That's not positive energy for you to experience pain going out somewhere. That's whack. Shoot, going somewhere to be happy. They gotta have batty boy energy, Panya. What? That's whack, bro. But yo, collect physical media, y'all. Yo, I'm not shocked. What you just typed right now, Miami, Florida, I'm not shocked now. What you just said before that and what you're saying now, 1 and 2 together, I'm not shocked. That's the land of gator wrestlers. You're gonna tassel a little bit with thems. For real. They're very yup down. You know, it's funny. A lot of the yups from down there is actually from the whole country, and they come down there to show their true colors and become yups. How dare me say the word yup? Respect to the yups. Yups are respectable, good people. That's not yups. Yups. Those yups are good peoples. That's just assholes over there. How dare me say that was yups? I retract that statement I just said right now. My apology to yups. My apologies. Nah, but for real, yeah, Miami, like Florida, a lot of people come down there to just show their ass. That's how I look at it. And I'm very business orientated, so I'm not about facades, which the Miami Strip entertain any form of entertainment is a facade. It's entertainment. It's an act. It's a form. It's a little bit of. I feel anybody human over on Earth, bro, your most genuine of engagements of entertainment is a peer next to you that actually is being goofy and everybody enjoy it and laugh from that. So like I could see something funny, we chilling with each other, and I just say something, I might do something as well that could be positive and funny, and everybody genuinely smile and laugh from that. I think that's the most realest a person could feel in their life. For my life, I feel it is. Then when you're seeing shit on stage or in a movie or whatever, that's acting. On stages, I mean, the movies is acting. And like a lot of those people, when you meet them in person, they turn to be assholes. So you're celebrating, which I don't do. When going to shows, concerts, this and that, we're celebrating some other person. And you, who's on my page watching me, I'm celebrating you. That's how I live and talk, yo. You on my page, you watching me chat us, celebrating you. That's the type of people I would tell you, I advise anybody to be around. Be around people who want to talk about that to each other. We celebrate each other. You. And May. And then that one. And that one. And we celebrate together. New York, Brooklyn. Boom. I'm a positive person. New York, yo. Yo, celebrate you. Fucking celebrating that. That's why I don't do shows. I don't do concerts. I don't do a lot of certain things, but I'm very business orientated. I would definitely say that. But fucking positivity, which is hard to really come by on a consistent basis or for neighborhoods. If you're in Florida and you're in a neighborhood that's predominantly mother father families on the block, you got one blessing already so far of some kind of energy around your way. Because I come from the land of single parent families. I come from a 2-parent family. They're still together. God bless me. But predominant of hood, New York. Yeah, that's whack. Shit, yo. Yeah. Dude, my cousin's in the cloud over a fucking scooter. Alright? My cousin's in the clouds for a scooter in the Bronx. Plenty of people of all ethnicities in New York City in the late 60s and the 70s, the heroin epidemic went crazy out here and was getting everybody, white, black, it didn't matter, Spanish, it didn't matter what color you was. Heroin was crazy out here in the city. Back in 70s up to the 80s, it still exists right now, the after effects of that shit. A lot of people got wiped out from that stuff. Yeah. Bronx. You're talking about years ago, and I'm telling you right now, a young kid got invited the other day 2 blocks down from where I live right here in Brooklyn. I'm telling you, whatever state you in, I'm in the neighborhood where 22 G's and his set, the creators of this New York drill shit, and the people who do the spinning dances, that's the neighborhood I live in. Ebbsfield is 22 G's. I think he's in Georgia now, and Fabio Foreign and the Woos or whatever is right up the block. Those Crips is right up the block on Franklin. It's a lot of unnecessary stupid energy. It's not really. I'm gonna say this even for all the states of this country, bro. I'm saying this as a statement for all the states of this fucking country. The most toughest person is with your fucking hand. Is a good person, but you still could use your hands as well. That's a fucking tough person. You're a good person. That means you're not living to act like you're some tough person. This and one night. That's a punk. That's a fag. But you could still work. That's a good person. As simple as that. And it's not a lot in the world. To be honest, It's not a lot of people like that in the world. A lot of people in the world are really genuinely scared of A, B, and C. They look to present this to people who are smaller than others, not to people who are of equal stand. Is a lot of this is real life. That if you reach a certain weight, like that changes to a certain class of people who won't mess with you. They just walk out the way. But it's funny we're going into talking about the New York thing. Yo, this is a business state. This is not a state to look for love and relationships and build a family here. This is a business state. If you're not on business orientation, your family can get swallowed up out here. It is not peachy keen. That's why a lot of people leave to go to Florida. A lot of people, even from up here, leave to go to Florida. Yeah, anybody who talk like how I'm talking, high chance they came from up north. Yo, miraculously, a lot of rich people and whatnot, you just stick to certain ways how to properly move and whatnot. And I feel like a lot of danger that comes into people's lives in different places of the country or even out the country is because of how you move. You move stupid. So there's a universal way to properly carry yourself, and you could live another day, and then show you people who show their asses out. People in fucking Florida. People arguing with DJ Khaled when he's driving the golf cart on the highway. Stuff like that. That's how it begins. You be driving your golf cart down a Miami highway, then people want to start honking and cursing at you. Boom. It happens every day in Florida. Every day. Every day. Yo, you in Florida? And yeah, that's a whack story. What happened to your fam? You know, but like, yeah, it's really goofy. It's really, I say like to use the word goofy, but not to use the word goofy or whatever, but I consider that anywhere. You know, we just need to know more of our rights. How to fucking call the cops on each other to get you dispersed when you're acting erratic. Like, oh, he might have some twitch or something. Call the police on him. Dispatch of that, please, sir. Yo, shit. Celebrating somebody at fucking rolling out. Celebrating you. That been always my energy. Even if I'm the master of the ceremony and I'm on the stage, I'm still paying so much respect to everybody in the crowd because you're really the show. That's what I learned about being. That's what I learned about being backstage or whatnot. Who are you, bro? I'm gonna challenge you. Who is Little Omnius? You don't know who that is. Who's Little Omnius linked to? Type their name in the content if you know who I'm talking about. Who is Lil Omnius linked to? This is the very beginning of Extension and all the rappers in Florida. Who is Lil Omnius linked to? If you really know about the if you know anything about that. There you go. Who is Rojas? If you like Extension, XXXTentacion, and Ski Master Slump God, who is Rojas? You wouldn't have them without him. That's how much I know about X. I knew about that story in the beginning. I know about that story. I know about the story in the beginning. That's how I know about those names I just mentioned. Lil Omnius is the dude who brought out Lil Pump and Smoke Perp, and Rojas is the dude who published and put out X Look At Me song, and then immediately a year later signed as an A&R to Warner Brothers because he brought out one of the biggest stars of the decade right there by doing that. So Yeah, I was heavily into the SoundCloud 2011 maybe 12, like somewhere around in the beginning when it was like still free. I was heavy on the sound on SoundCloud. That was the best time to mess with SoundCloud. Oh shit, we talking to the ghost of fucking Christmas. Williams. I'm here back to speak to you from the other side in Florida. It's me. I'm on the other side, floating beside of you. Fuck it, yo. Collect physical media. We're coming into an apocalypse. This shit is gonna be worth tons of money, y'all. Collect physical media. Let me go. Let me go back to the original of the video. Physical media apocalypse. I'm telling y'all, it's not a game. I am very privileged and happy to be a part of alive. I'm very happy for one. That's one of the best gifts you have every day that you get to keep living. Is another day you can figure out your key of the way out. Buy physical media, y'all. Buy physical media. Buy physical media, y'all. Collect it. I'm telling you, it will pay out in the long run. Collect physical media, collect physical games. The digital era is just trying to, once again, like I said, have you renting whatever they want you to rent for the rest of their days. And that is just, to me, insane. Like, I mean, like, a little child won't understand it. Like when I was a little child in Blockbuster Video, but as an adult, nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm gonna collect my hundreds of physical medias and blah 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 blah. I'll keep stacking up, and we'll see how it plays out over these next couple of years when consoles are fully digital. And yo, it's think of like when you download apps on your phone and then it acts as, and especially yo. That'll be the day I think I gotta stop playing video games, yo. Yo, peace, yo. That'll be the day I'ma stop probably dealing with physical media. Like the apps, when you download that app, and then before you can even use it, they're gonna ask you like you gotta pay the monthly subscription to actually, even if you want to use it for free for 30 days, you gotta pay a subscription for that. Imagine that's gonna be your new game systems of the future. You're gonna buy the game system, and as soon as you turn it on, you gotta pay. You paid for the system. You're basically doing that right now. Since Xbox 360 up to the new consoles right now, your average consumer is buying a game system, paying for a yearly subscription. As soon as you turn it, as soon as you plug the object into the TV, you're paying for a subscription. So you're paying for it 2 times. I'm dizzy. It's the only people I'm gonna tell y'all. I will always big them up. Valve, Stream, which I don't understand why Xbox is not. They're supposed to be locked in with each other. Because the only reason I ever engaged with the original Xbox and Xbox 360 was because of the fact of the computer direction they was in, the PC computer direction. I was like, all right, I can mess with that. I'm very computer heavy, but like, yo, you're already buying a system. You're paying like 500. Then you're paying 200 or 2 and change plus tax, whatever. And then you're paying more for whatever ever. Oh, you want some DLC. The subscription that you pay for doesn't give you DLC to everything. So for that game, if you want like all the DLC that comes with it, you gotta pay for that. Who's gonna, the new Grand Theft Auto that people are gonna pay $150 for? You're eventually gonna be paying for DLC again. It's not gonna be free. You're already paying. They already had a mode of paying for DLC for money. You're gonna pay for all the updates. Those updates is gonna be like maybe $60. Just to think about even Grand Theft Auto. I don't think the future of Grand Theft Auto is gonna be free updates. And they're gonna maybe tell you. People could be in uproar or whatever. People are gonna pay for it. I'm gonna tell you that if it could be somewhere similar to the last Red Dead Redemption, I may purchase it. I may purchase it, but I doubt it's gonna be like that. Rockstar leaves certain forms of violence on whatever game they put that on. I've come to notice GTA never really had it. Of all games, GTA has like the least of violence, which is annoying. New GTA 5 come out. Not like Max Payne 3. I swear to everything I love, that's how I felt for that game. When GTA 5 came out, when Max Payne 3 came out, they gave the mode where you could create your teams, and then you're going to transfer them teams over to the new GTA. So I'm like, when I was playing that Max Payne 3, I'm like, oh, there's another game for the PC that's similar to that, and both of them, Max Payne 3 and that game is banging. It's banging. Banging. When I purchased that GTA 5 and it was not like the new Max Payne 3, I was so angry. I played it for a little while and I had to put that game down. I really had to put GTA 5 down. And I mean like under a month and a half. I couldn't play it. Because I was disappointed that it wasn't nothing compared to Max Payne 3. And then the new GTA that's gonna come out ain't gonna be nothing compared to the Red Dead Redemption 2. How are you gonna you're gonna bring out a game where you could blow people to smithereens, all this beautiful stuff, and then you're gonna take that away from us? That's how Rockstar makes games. They make Manhunt, and then the next game they put out, they take those mechanics. They don't bring those mechanics up. They give you Warriors, then they don't give you the mechanics in another game. All the mechanics of all those games are supposed to be combined into GTA, to my opinion. Every game that they have made so far, and those kind of physics and mechanics should all been already combined. That's what GTA of the future is supposed to be. And they don't do it. I don't see myself buying that game. To keep it a buck with you. I just said it. I was kind of done with GTA from 4. And they know that. These billion-dollar companies, y'all, know that the original group of people that they got that was crazy into their game, like in the beginning, over time they're gonna. You shouldn't be losing them, but I think they know that they're losing them, because I'll tell you they the Lost in the Dam for part 4. That should have all been in the game. Everything from St. Andreas should have been in the new GTA 4, in that GTA 4. And then it's missing even more from part 5. That's why I never liked them games. Story could be a little cool, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's why I never liked them games. Yo. Physical media apocalypse. How most of the people who blog, podcast, speak on social media, I notice more of them like to tell y'all at the last minute than the beginning jump. One day I was watching a live stream of somebody, and I mentioned in their live stream, Super Mario 3D All Stars finally hit $100, like on common. Every and his reaction when he saw it was finally, which gave me the assumption that he bought stacks of that maybe a minute ago and now. So subscribe to my channel. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Really, I'm trying to get to 1,000,000 subscribers. I'm the Charleston White of video games. I'm the black sheep. I'm definitely the black sheep of physical collecting on social media. I'm the black sheep of everything on earth, bro. I'ma tell the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm the black sheep of social media. And I like it. I like it. I like when I talk about things I know and people keep quiet. And maybe what I'm talking about can help a person or two. You can buy physical media for $0.25 to $1, and it will turn around eventually into a $20 bill and better. It's when we go fully digital. How many people are talking about that on the internet? For $0.25 to $1 right now, you could turn into a $20 bill in this coming future if you invest into physical media. All right? If I got stacks of this one game like this, well, obviously, what else do I got? I worked for 10 years, and I put my livelihood into this one stacks of Pocky Rocky games. I got myself my livelihoods in these 2 stacks of Pocky Rocky games. Collect physical media. Chilling. Collect physical media. If I was doing this for 10 years, definitely I would have already had a house note. Because I did damage in 3 already, going on 4. If I would have done this for 10 years, 100% had house note easy, done. Because I got 2 complete box Sega Saturns for under $100 each. I got a lot of banging stuff in 3 years that I know if I would have did it for at least 10. And what's going on right now? What's the hint I feel is going on right now? Buy old school retro consoles now. They're gonna go up in price. Buy retro old school consoles now. They're gonna go up in price. Try to grab as many PS2s as you can, PS1s, Nintendos, SNES. Try to grab as many consoles. They can be modded to play HD as well as they can be modded to have the whole library of games on the system as well. You could just pop in like a memory card to it. They already been doing it for PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and a couple systems by now. The GameCube too. That you could just pop in the SD card reader and have the whole library of games on it. So modding is basically existed for this whole time, and it is the future of retro game consoles. It's a monopoly. It's a monopoly, and a common person, if you collect game systems right now for cheap prices, if you could get 100 game systems, that would be good to have in possession. They're gonna retain its value. They're gonna retain value and only go up in value too. So definitely collect game system, collect peripherals, joysticks. Any HD wires, whatever. It's a lot of things you could acquire that you could build up to develop your first 50 grand. So play the game. Don't let the game play you. I would definitely say that. Play the game and don't let the game play you. I feel like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, with the episode where they reached like their 200, 300 episodes, so they thought they was gonna get paid for reruns, but in reality, the episodes was only 11 minutes long, so they had to do like another 300 episodes. Shake, Master Shake went crazy. He was highly upset. He was kicking in them doors, slapping people, talking about his payday, this payday, that. Come to find out, you got to do another 300 episodes, bro, if you want, bro. Basically, the rest of your life. Shake went crazy. You needed to do half an hour episodes if you wanted to make it. You had to do half an hour episodes if you wanted to get paid for reruns. That's how that's a great example in the way I would say I would look at this app too. You gotta do 24 hours if you want to even think about the day of a rerun. You want to pay for reruns? Rerun them 24 hours that you're on YouTube. Rerun me 24 hours. You want to smell some YouTube reruns? 24 hours. 24 hours. 24 hours, y'all. 24 hours, baby. 24 hours, baby. 24 hours. You got 24 hours to figure something out. You got 24 hours, bro. It's funny, when I would go to game stores, when I found like 2 stores that had like a buttload of GBA cards. And their question, everybody say question, why are you acquiring so much? It was like, yo, bro, I was getting these for like $3. Why not? I have never had in my life 180 cartridges for the GBA, and basically only $200 or so, 2 and change. I was able to acquire about $900. Actually, right now at the moment of value from when I acquired them. So this is the time to acquire these objects. There's a Majesco object out right now. Majesco produced the Game Boy Advance videos. There's certain ones that's in the hundreds already. There's certain objects that's starting to disappear, and it makes sense because those wasn't highly wanted objects. But I take those as hints that all right, these are objects that's like becoming harder and harder to, and the prices is going up for it. I'm telling you that the top 5 people on YouTube who talk about collecting video games, they haven't spoke about this cartridge enough. The top 5 people who talk about collector retro video games, they have not talked about this cartridge I'm showing you on camera enough. And anybody who is a collector of Nintendo, Super Nintendo games, Nintendo, whatever in general, should have one of these cartridges in their possession. And how did this cartridge stay so cheap for so many years? How did that cartridge stay so cheap? Which is a blessing to me. Because as soon as I saw this opportunity, I acquired 4 of those and 1 sealed. I was thinking about copping the box and the booklet. But why do I got this in possession? Why did this stay so cheap for so long? That's $100 and better cartridge that you can get for $10. In Japan, I think it costs like $50 or more. Some of the cartridges I acquired over here in America are not that cheap in Japan. I noticed. Certain cartridges that I acquired over here that is actually under the $20 range is like $60 and better in Japan. So that shows me I'm figuring out a little bit of something how to collect, I would say. I would say that again. There's certain cartridges I got in my possession that I know in Japan is like $50, $60. if I was out there and sold it out there. That's how to make money. College don't teach you this. YouTube taught me this. To be honest with you, those top 5 game collectors and a lot of the other collectors, they taught me this. Watch their videos, watch how they talk about stuff. But then I come into my reality later down the line. They were overhyping certain things. They're overhyping certain things to keep a value of it. But the reality is, why would you overhype? Like, okay, Mighty Final Fight is on this cartridge right here. Why would you overhype the original print and not hype the fact that this cartridge is sitting around? Another person I follow, who's a CEO of a game company, posted recently 3 copies of the sealed. And I think I was the only person in this comment, like, I know what's up. I just told you, I got 4 cartridges and 1 sealed of this. Acquire this cartridge now. And it's compact on this kind of an object. You don't need to, then like how you do with the Nintendo and plug it into a TV, and instead of one eye, you could just, because you got a screen right here. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. This is $100 and better cartridge. The last cartridge I just bought, I paid $3 plus shipping. So I paid only $7, $8. Go and price chart and go in eBay how much that game costs. I'm telling you, when I watch those videos about how expensive this cartridge is and them other cartridges is, and then right now I'm showing y'all, I'm alive, I'm talking right now, and I'm showing you the game. And you wouldn't acquire 100 of these pieces? I tried to buy 40 of these pieces from the one person who had this on eBay recently. I tried to buy a ton of these pieces from the person. I kind of messed up my deal with that. I should have just purchased it. They was gonna give it to me for $30-something, sealed. Look what's on the GBA. Why you should buy physical media. Look what's on the GBA under $10. Like how people be for a pair of Jordans or Gucci or whatever. You can't buy Gucci for $10 and $5, and then it's worth like $200-$300. This is gonna be the most compact, like easiest way to have this object in possession. It's this freaking car, yo. Might buy another 2 more. That sealed one I got, 2 decades. 2 decades before I even think about letting go of it. This cartridge is gonna pay for all 4 of the cartridges and that sealed one. 2 decades before I even think of letting go of it. 2 decades, I'm telling y'all, before I think about selling this game. If you collect, you like retro, you like physical media, buy Game Boy Advance games. Google how much this game costs. I studied most of the consoles. Majority of the consoles. Do I have every game that I would go after from all of them? No. Do I know a lot of them? Yes. I know a game right now for the Game Boy Color. That's a fantastic Nintendo-like game, and I want to maybe get at least maybe 2 copies of it. Japanese game for the Game Boy Color, and it really stood out to me out of a lot of other games. It's like 10-20 games per system, let's say. That is the real games you really need to go after, and The same thing could be with movies, physical movie media, and also music too. You just need to know how to like narrow it down to like, all right, this is just the pack to go after, and you got what you got. Yo, yeah, I think 2020, 21 was crazy. Hearing about that one Mario for $1 million and this that, you're gonna hear about a lot of objects for $500,000 to $1 million again coming soon. That was not the end of that. That was the beginning of that. You're gonna hear about a lot of it, and all this stuff was sitting. If you're in America, even in Canada, all this stuff was sitting around you the whole time. Every other day in America, in the world, we have a new millionaire. Every other day. So the price value to like pay $1,000, $2,000, that could become like what's uncommon to people from like unfortunately my parents' generation and then their parents' generation is that people have more money. And then I wouldn't grade this one as maybe a 10, but it's not ripped really, so that's a good thing. Just trying like to fix something, but it's still okay. Anyway, yeah, play the game, baby. Play the game. Maybe, hopefully, one day I'll get to put a wall, not say right here, but wherever, and I'll have like an entertaining looking wall for people to look at. But I kind of don't want to look at this stuff like that. Like for me, I would like eventually to get myself a projector, and I like to, for artistic behalf, play some of this stuff onto a projector of a major wall. I think that's beautiful to see the aesthetics of that art on major walls, like for bullet hell shmups, and a lot of different kind of games, especially 2D. Now there's certain 3D games. The art is so freaking beautiful. I was looking back at Devil May Cry Part 3. Yeah, some of that art is fantastic in some of them games, man. That I would like to see that on major walls. You know, it's not a regular thing that I would say is more maybe done in Asia or Japan. But yo, actually, yo, it's not a spam right now. Yo, I got a loose copy of this game for the PS4, and if the lucky person wanna maybe win that copy, because I really don't need that one. Share this video, help me get my likes up. I'll I should have been mentioned that to start my video off. When I had some people watching. Yeah, you want to win? You want to win a free copy? I got a loose disc for the PS4. If you want to win a loose disc for the PS4 of Pocky Rocky Restaurant, I have one. I have one to give. Share this video, like it, and help me get my shares and my likes up. Yeah, I have a couple games I could actually give away from time to time that I don't need to keep. Like if you want for the PS4, Nintendo Switch, maybe here and there I could give out a retro, like a PS1 game or a PS2 game actually. I could spare a copy of Metal Gear Solid 2. Actually, if somebody would like to win that, so that's another game. So I got a copy of Pocky Rocky Restaurant, PS4 disc only. I got a copy for somebody to win of Metal Gear Solid 2, PS2. And I gotta go through my games, and I'll try to create a list of maybe 6 games that I could give out maybe like on a weekly basis. um, to people if they're interested in winning a game. To help gain some traction. Spare some traction. Can you spare a like, please? Can you spare me one like? And a follow. Spare some change, please. Spare some likes and some change. Hold on. Yo. Dude. I feel like I'm drunk with video games. Like, oh, bro is back. Bro, come on, man. Smash Bros, man. What's the game? Cause this the youngin'. Damn, it's late, man. It's getting late. It's time for school for you tomorrow. But I would tell you if there's a good game, I would tell you to buy Super Mario RPG remake that's coming out. It's like the original Paper Mario game. I'm definitely gonna buy a copy or two of that. I don't know about a lot of good Nintendo Switch games because the same thing I kept showing from 30 minutes ago or 40 minutes ago is the same game I would suggest. Buy that game. You want a $500, $1,000 game? Buy that game. Those. You know a game I would like for them to bring out is called Rival Schools and Project Justice. It's like a 3D version of Marvel vs. Capcom. And for the Wii, it came out called Tatsunoko versus Capcom. That was kind of similar, but yeah, I feel like you're trolling me, especially that you're young, but you can say Deku like that. You got a good vocabulary. I feel like you're trolling me. I don't know why. But it's a part of life. It's a part of life, man. Yeah. I'm just like a drunk old man who's drunk off of just buying video games. I'm at the last stage. No, I don't want to say that. I don't want to wish that on myself. I'm healthy. I'm a healthy drunk wino game collector. I'm drunk off of good old water and buying tons of video games. That's all. I suggest it to anybody. Some Poland Spring. And some video games. I hope you do well in high school. I'll say that to you. I hope you do very well. And have all the max riz for anybody you want to have max riz for. I hope you do very well. I'll say that. Instead of Max Payne, Max Riz. Max Riz. Yes. Probably it's not too far away from junior high school to give you maybe an idea. High school is basically the world for adults, as for most adults who never want to. The powers that be, for some of them are in high school. When I was walking through the city the other day, it seemed like a high school. So, yeah, I would say yeah. It's very similar between junior and the next one, yeah. A bunch of know-it-alls. Oh, you think it's gonna? Yo, who is this, bro? Who is this? Who is this dude? What character are you gonna be in high school? If I could be a character, an anime character in high school, who would I be? I'll be the dude out of Death Note. So every time a bully annoyed me, I could just put it in my note and rid of them. That's who I would be. I would be the main character of Death Note. And then especially for the girlfriends. Like, like you want her to be a girlfriend, but this dude is whatever. Dismissed. That's how I would do, I think. Maybe to my preference. I'll be that dude from Death Note. You can write their name. You can say that they have bad gas issues from eating this product that they eat at lunchtime. Be good to go. Then they have a bunch of flatulence. Who wants to be around that? Somebody. Nobody want to be around that. Oh. Collective video games ain't what it's all up to be, y'all. I really don't care. And I just say, like, I do care. That is so disrespectful. I apologize to the Japanese. Sorry, senseis. Sorry to my Japanese people. I apologize to you. I would not ever disrespect you. How dare me say what I just said. Shame on me. Shame on me. I'm sorry, Japanese. I'm very much appreciative of the Japanese. They have kept me alive. Thank you, Japanese. You kept me alive. Thank you. I just bugged out. I apologize to the Japanese community. I only exist because of you. Because of you. The Japanese. I don't eat sushi though, but thank you for your technology, man. Oh, man, 1,000 times over to the Japanese. Thank you for your technology. Thank you, Japanese people. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Raponese. Thank you. I really mean that with all my heart. Thank you to the Japanese, yo. Praise Japanese. Praise Japan. They took it to another level that, you know, is a $1 trillion business. It's just a shame it takes generational sacrifices where certain people don't get to live to see it, but in reality they're the creators of it. These people of the past aren't multimillionaires. The true developers of these kind of games aren't multimillionaires. They sacrifice. And I thank you, Japan, and to those Japanese people, those animes, those mangas, these video games, I thank you. I would say that. I thank you. I thank you, Japanese people. You're the best. What time is it? 9:40. I'm kind of snacked. Go off the za. Just chilling. No Roblox. No Minecraft. Just chilling. No Fortnite. No COD. Quiet naps. Go to the gym. Get your weight up. Stay positive. Be around positive people. Read. You'll succeed. That's it. That's the news. That is the news of the day. Get your muscles up. Be positive. Hopefully people won't disrespect you. Become a winner. Oh my gosh. You love this Super Smash Bros. Nah. They bet, but There's another game that I would suggest that I think is better than that. I just don't forget the name. Fighting Herds. If you have a Nintendo Wii, get a copy of Fighting Herds. That game is fighting. Is a dope fighting game. I'm about to look it up right now. Like how academics would do. Fighting Herds. Yeah, fight them's fightings. Yo, I love that they spelled it like that. That's good spellings. Them's fighting herds. That's right. That's right. Them's fighting herds. Look it up on you. The game combos is fire. It's supposed to be a My Little Pony game. I think they said supposedly, and then it had to just become its own game. Combo system is fire. Them's fighting herds. Beautiful name. I got a copy of it for I think $20. Put away. Physical media apocalypse. Damn, we almost did 130 right now. It's kind of not bad. I didn't realize that. I didn't not realize that. I can't talk all day. I gotta chill for a little bit. I wonder if this is what happens with, and I didn't say in real life, but I guess to say, when people be doing live streams and then they come into their conclusion, is it because they're tired and they're ready to take a nap? So it's like, all right, y'all, we're about to wrap this up and come to a conclusion, blah 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 blah. And as soon as they click the X button and get off the live stream, they take a nap. See, well, with me, you get to see the reality. I don't click the X button. I just take the nap for a second. It's called power naps. I can gain my power back and come back to y'all. All right, I'm out of here. Power nap this.